what an exciting game 3 we have, Pycat. You know, you looked at that draft, you saw it come around the end. Viking, they've got this Omni Knight. There's a Sven available. They could take it. Viking line, nah.
Mix my magic.
We are the connoisseurs, we're the hipsters of this meta. We're going to switch it up, and switch it up even more so by running the POS1 Viper.
Yeah, I also really like, I like what the... I think this is... the Viper in the safe lane, you're going to match up against the Slardar. This also makes the very weak 5 Omni Knights feel quite a lot.
Escape.
So with Morphling, it's a very kind of dealt with by this. Whereas the Viper, he's actually going to be the fly pressure rather than him not feeling super comfortable. I think the matchup mid is fine. It's kind of a wash, but it would put your safe lane at risk. This way, they kind of cover most of it, and I think Morphling has a very good time against it. And you have very high base damage, a lot of attack speed in the mid lane, and their safe lane should also be quite... I like the adaptation from Viking.
Yeah, that's a fair point. In that mid lane, you should be able to actually just incredibly out CS we as well, right? Because likely we're going to see that Quaswex Invoker with Seal the Time, which means that higher base damage is the difference that allows you to maybe deny we in vengeance to the level that he did to you last game.
Oh, I do sort of also kind of agree with Bust in the sense that I also can't really remember a slot also gonna be buffed up by the Invoke Black Radiation. There are definitely scary tools. Yeah, I mean, looking like yet another interesting game. I think we've had 2 pretty close games so far, and you know, I think this could potentially be one of those type of games. I don't know, I really like this series. Is one of the more fun ones that I've seen in a while, where teams are sort of battling it out. The games aren't incredibly uneven, you know, not just favoring one side. All, if anything, the team that's been looking like they has been the one that lost.
Yeah, that's what we love to see. You know, though it's best when you can't predict the outcome. Like, you don't want those boring games where you're 20 minutes in, the 15k up, you're like, well, there's no real way back. And I do like how these teams are having different approaches. Like you mentioned, you know, we've got kind of this... What I should say is, does it look easier for Nigma to play the draft? I think that would be fair to say, right? Like, once this lineup gets going, it's any target is a go, whereas Viking, they're more interested in winning the lanes and kind of snowballing from there.
I think if Nigma get through the lanes, I think then their draft becomes easier. However, that is the question. Will they actually get through these lanes? Because they have, I mean, this bottom lane, Bloodseeker, Lina, incredibly strong heroes. Both these heroes. Bloodrite might be one of the strongest level 1 nukes, if not the strongest. We also have the Lightstrike Array. It's not gonna be all that easy for PA and Venge. They're very low range heroes. It's very easy to land stuns on these. Got decent armor, pretty good armor if anything. Both Bloodseeker and Lina. Very strong lane there. I think they have 3, the way I look at it at least, I feel like they have pretty much winning lanes. The question mark maybe is the top lane. It can get a little bit dicey if we're to get stunned up. If you connect with a long arrow, if Slardar gets some levels, then potentially it can be a bit...
Yeah, it's that kind of...
How that lane goes.
We can see already Nigma's trying to like switch this up. They've actually moved free top. You can see Shad's holding in mid. So they're kind of wise to this, that like likely Nigma are going to try and dodge, because obviously Slardar versus Viper is not a fun lane. Especially with an Omni Knight, right? Like, you don't have to worry about them jumping on you if you're Shad, because you can just never toxin the ground and they can't fight.
I'm not really sure why Shad is hovering mid though. I'm not sure in what scenario you top. I'm not sure what kind of lane matchups they're expecting. Shad is just hiding away. Heroes doesn't want to get stun arrowed, but I expect him to.
Drives you to delirium.
Maybe he's just trying to give himself the short run, because admittedly you're a slow moving hero, right? So if you try and do musical lanes and you're just slogging it from one side of the map to the other, that's going to be at least 1, 2, maybe even 3 creep waves missed.
Yeah, I guess they're aware of the fact that actually Nigma, like, they want to just try lane up top, and Shad is just gonna bottom. So yet another, I would say, by Viking. In that scenario, it makes a lot of sense. You want to put this Viper against the Omni Knight. Looks like you're just gonna get it.
Yeah. And they'll know for sure as Mind Control walks out. That ward behind the tower spots it. And they know they're in for good laning matchups here. Of course, Omni Knight is going to stay top because if it is a tri-lane, right, this is the hero that can at least save whoever gets jumped with the Heavenly Grace.
Gonna be under a lot of pressure here already.
Almost his whole health.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like they thought about it. The LSA was coming off cooldown, but of course Lina, not really the best of the heroes to tank tower with, even with 5 armor.
Yeah, the question I'm kind of thinking about right now is whether you actually want the Lina to be top or not. You could even leave the Viper solo down here. I think the Lina could go top, try to help out the Bloodseeker. That lane, Viper can solo up the Slaughter. If there's a hero that rotates bottom to help out the Slaughter, then you can bring your Omni Knight down. I feel like that would be the laning setup, but we'll see how they go here. Maybe they just want to compete. Maybe that's right now.
Yeah, I guess the logic is a Bloodseeker is going to get decent farm, right? That's just the nature of Blood, right? It's very hard to starve this hero out. So just put more aggression into the hero that historically, when he doesn't have a great lane, struggles to find a place in the game.
Easy shot.
You want that mid already looking good for Boom, up to 5 denies already. Like we were kind of expecting this. It's going to be interesting to see if he can match similar to what the Viper last game achieved in the early laning phase. They really are sticking to it. I guess if you're looking at this as Nigma, is this optimal? Can you actually afford to keep staying like this with 3 heroes in the top area of the map?
They're securing the farm for Mirror. Mind Control is getting something. They are going to bring the Miranda down here. Potentially, if they land an arrow, it could be dangerous.
Especially when they don't have their defensive support here. He's still sitting top. All in all, Shad just completely uncontested. And of course, there's going to be a hero that will come online a lot quicker. Now, there is an argument about, you know, deeper into the game, Phantom Assassin versus a Viper should favor this heavy physical damage lineup of Nigma.
Yeah, you have to rely on the GA from the Omni to help your Viper. I'm expecting him to go for more team fight-ish kind of support type rather than just straight up carry.
I mean, he's going to snipe Corey for his life. He'll at least get that. It will cost him though.
Gonna be very nice for Mind Control. Kind of early on. But yeah, Boots and Windblaze. Gonna send it out, I think. No, okay, GH slots just first. So Mind Control just gonna get this region out. Gonna feel very nice for him.
Of course, making sure he's got that ring of regen locked. We've all been there too many times before. Okay, like, nice boots. I'm just going to get maximum speed, and I suddenly have crap. Well, top lane has just been more or less quiet. Miracle is kind of getting everything he wants. Toby, maybe less than you'd expect, but of course we have to keep in mind that that first 2-3 waves, they did park multiple heroes here to ensure he didn't have a happy time.
Once again in this game, Viper with many denies here.
Yep, Boom, not really been able to extend his denies too much. He's up to 8 now, but we're starting to get a few. He's got 13 to 4 in terms of CS and denies.
Yeah, not really doing a bad job here. Your matchup is, yeah. If we has this this rotation to mid.
It's spooky.
Hoping maybe for, I mean, he's hoping that goes incredibly low here, but I feel like an incredibly low percentage.
You can just see Boom slowly toggling further over his strength. He's like, something is wrong here. There's nobody showing in the bot lane. Wisely done by him. He wanted to give over. Does mean Mind Control wastes a little bit of additional time, which as a result means Shad is even more uncontested. That was actually possible.
Fire here.
They're just going to return the poke. Kuro does have a stick, so he doesn't care too much. Celery has got the level 1 purification and his stick. He didn't use it in time, though. He's going to go down just before the runes as well. Oh, that's a painful moment. Didn't think he needed to use the stick before the purification, so he gives over a kill. Both runes top will go to Nigma. Meanwhile, on that bot lane, GH was able to slide one their way. Actually, they got both Mind Control rotated for the second.
straight up going for the battle. No boots, nothing. Just I want my Battle Fury ASAP. I want to farm some.
They farm some heroes as well. Toby in a bit of trouble. He has got the wand. Bloodright might protect him as they have to sidestep. He should be able to make under tower. I don't think you want to dive this. He's on his way back up. So far, Toby though. They're gonna save him. Yes, they're gonna turn. On the Cura, he's able to move away from the Bloodright though. Toby, he's gonna go down. They won't even get the Cura kill. And that was definitely ambitious.
Yeah, getting a little bit greedy there, trying to go for the
Kuro kill is the cool kill to final lane. I think maybe it was a bit of panic as well, right? Because he put the Bloodright right on top of them. So, you know, Kuro's like, alright, I'll just run away. This is just a casual escape.
He might have overestimated the lenient thing that the level 2 Omni.
Oh yes, the overestimating of tankiness. He's not... we talk about Omni Knight and how they can easily win you many games, but... I mean, this is a Venge PA line. In this lane, they have a lot of damage early on.
Yeah, I mean, I've never personally overestimated my tankiness, but I know people who have done that.
It is known to occur on occasion.
It is known that it has happened.
Oh, Shad is not overestimating anything. Going straight towards that Atos. Wait, is he? Oh, yeah, he's got his treads as well. I feel like Mind Control feels lucky if he gets 1 creep per wave right now. He just looks over, it's like, Sir Shad, can I have this one? And the Viper just looks like, I'll allow it.
Farming with the bash, that's pretty much for you. I mean, the 3 points in poison attack, it's near impossible.
Yeah, and a support from around is not really going to do much to help. Best thing the GH can do in this game is supplement the jungle a bit, pull hero there, and then maybe just try and rotate. Boom, so far, having a very comfortable lane. It's not as big a deal as if it was like this Viper, right? Because, you know, a Morphling is going to be slower, but it does mean there's going to be pressure on Weed to kind of get active at the end of this laning phase.
Yeah, that's pretty much the trade-off with this. Not the strongest in the laning phase. Once you get a couple levels, when you get that urn, ideally the Vessel, of course. Very good at making rotations, buying space for you.
I guess the question is, where's your priority here? Do you try and shut down the Viper, or do you just continue to make sure Toby doesn't have a game? Who is going to find a kill top? Scrap that. Toby's game is online. Rupture is all he needed. And that purification was good enough. Now he decides they want to punish Shad. The problem is this is way too obvious. They've got a ward down, and Shad, he doesn't have to play so clear up on the wave.
Yeah, it's kind of telegraphed. It's easy to spot this.
So far, Vikings ward's definitely paying off. Means that Shad should get a pretty decent time on his Atos, and I feel like it's going to put a lot of pressure on Kuro to be there with these clutch saves each time as a result. The question is whether you can actually find him at the start of these fights. Because that's one thing you could maybe say Viking do lack a bit. They don't have someone that just instantly goes in easily, right?
No, it's kind of a team effort for them. They go in together. The Viper just kind of frontlining, potentially Heaven's Grace. Got the Bloodseek. Probably goes for fightish items after this Yule.
Boom, early rotation. That is Rupture Miracle again. And they got the detection, purification of the whiff. They do put down the sentry, but the TPs will deter them from going in. They'll at least D-Walk, and it might cost Celery his life. Alakri's going to be there, and Omni Knight will not. A lot of heroes rotated up here, though. Yes, Boom came here, but I mean, there's even more space for Shad. It seems Nigma's approach to this Viper is just ignore him.
Yeah, protect Miracle at all costs and ignore Viper. It's not a bad gameplay. The hero, very immobile, even with boots. Ignore this guy, and get your farm.
Never understand how people want to play this hero back to back. I think that's why most of them start building boots of travel. They're like, yeah, I'm just sick of this immobility. Stop. Nice pick off on Toby. Nigma kept 4 heroes up here, so they're heavily invested in trying to get something out of this top lane. I just don't know if they really have the means to push the tower this early.
Yeah, Nigma is a very big fan of just to outnumber their opponents. When their laning phase is not going the way they want, a bunch of numbers to lanes, and often teams will get caught off guard by.
Yeah, they try and force the end of the laning phase quicker than it should, right? But you can see Viking, they read this, and they position so many heroes in the bot lane that if Nigma do try and now counter them here, it's going to be a very slow Congo line to their death as they TP.
It's trying to soak up what experience. Want to snipe the catapult, but
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Meanwhile, top. This time, Toby's the one trying to strike, but the TP is the ultimate counter. The ultimate of the Bloodseeker, so not able to find anything. Meanwhile, Boom though, he has just found a solo kill on a Wii. No rune, no kind of cheeky play around. That was just a casual kill on the Wii.
Yeah, we getting caught snoozing.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Not quite the big difference now, but and we off to a very good start. Manta gonna be the choice. Makes sense. You're gonna have this best Evoker at some point. There's a however, Miracle getting very close to that battle fury.
Well, he's got to do a lot of carrying. I mean, it's not often 12 minutes into the game you say Morphling has more kill participation than an Invoker, but that's a situation you're looking at. So maybe Nigma, they want to try and make another move around top, just ensure that Toby continues to have an almost non-existent game.
I thought you were gonna say not very often that you see Miracle being in the position where he has to carry. Like, that doesn't sound right.
Taste the sarcasm if I went for that one. It's I'm more concerned about the fact that a Morphling is just finding picks. You know how it is. They just want to sit there, hit creeps.
12-minute timing here for. Happy with that.
Oh. Just saw boots. They're kind of pointless. Why would you build boots against a Bloodseeker so you can run faster to your death? Sounds stupid to me. Of course, it does get a little bit sad when you're walking between camps like this, but that issue will be gone very quickly now that he has the Battle Fury complete.
It's very interesting how Nigma are seemingly distributing the farm here in pretty much all of their games. It's like Viha becomes more of the position 4, and Mind Control sometimes has a good game, but often VH just picks up the slack and becomes more of a core than the other 4th.
His attempt at a gank has failed. It's okay though, he's only a support invoker. They'll happily take the gold that's coming their way. They'll find one that supports. Kira with a swap out, doesn't matter, he's gone. Viking, they look at this top lane and say, anything Nigma can do up here, so can we.
At the same time, I do think you're quite happy with this for Nigma. You brought 4 heroes up here. You found a Venge support.
You say that. Miracle. They've got the Atos. He's in a lot of trouble here. We're going to get him low, try and jump away, but the damage is already done. He's gone.
This one you're not so much happy with.
No, all 3 of your POS4 players right now are looking and shaking
Radiant's
their head.
middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, the issue there, it was Kuro was not alive. Miracle couldn't rely on that.
Now Kuro's trying to get some vengeance. Shad is on the top, the LSA's there. Kuro is not. Let's try and waste some more time, but the final hits come out, he is dead. This should allow him to kind of poke away at this tower more with Boom arriving once again in the Invoker form.
Trying to fight this Viper over the Atos.
Why do they get...
Huge?
Shad is just smiling right now. He's like, what, did they not realize I'm an Atos Viper? Were they expecting like a Dragonlance Viper? They just keep coming to me.
They seem to be forgetting about this item. They're gonna find Toby.
But you're happy as Viking. I mean, that's the tier 1 gone. That's a death ripple coming out from Nigma as they feed over multiple kills.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, this is a pretty good Viper game as well. You know, like we already highlighted, there's good passives to get rid of. Obviously, the PA is not going to be happy until you got BKB. Viper Strike, I guess, not too big of a deal because of how forked Phantom Strike is right now.
Yeah, the Nether Toxin is gonna have after the BKB becomes a little bit. Yeah, a bit lower duration.
Yeah, which then makes you wonder, you know, if this game goes too late, you'd think Nigma's stronger, but would you say Viking feels very strong if we approach, like, you know, almost tier 5 item territory?
Wow, that scenario is it's
far off.
Yeah, it's very far off, but also they've got the Omni Knight to offset a lot of this physical. However, he can easily become a target. There's pretty good catch on Vardar and the Invoker. I think it's kind of hard for these heroes to scale, except for the PA. It's not going to be all that easy, at least. They need to scale through fighting. Most of them, they don't really have any great farming tools. EH has to pick up some of the extra farm.
Yeah.
Morphling with Omni Knight late game can definitely be very...
Yep, spooky. Like I said, those low BKB charges mean that Never Toxin will start to come into play. I guess also then, you know, even if Toby has a bad start to his game, it's a Bloodseeker he's going to recover. And the other case, I guess, is this is a utility builder, right? Like, you can just kind of do that cookie cutter build and still have relevance in a later game with things like Lotus, Crimson Guard, these type of items.
Yeah, Yule's going for the mech. The Rupture is always going to be quite useful. Yeah, and he can stay relevant. You don't need all that much farm. Of course, it helps, but you're not too reliant.
More important is just how much the boss gets. Boom is still ahead of the PA at this stage. He's going for the E-Blade build, so just interested in shotgunning down these targets as quickly as possible. Makes a lot of sense when you've got the Bloodseeker with the Blood Rage.
Initiating onto Toby here.
Under attack.
He just doesn't like that he's got mana. He's role-playing an anti-mage right now. He's like, screw you, man. No farm with this. Meanwhile, mid. Long-range stun coming out. Laguna long-range as well, but no, they get trapped on the creeps. Girl, it's gonna get away with it.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Maybe he shouldn't have got away with it, but I guess right now Viking is sitting there going, no, if we dive a tier 2 for a POS 5, there's only things to be lost. Things might be lost in the river. Nice initiation from Mind Control, revealing the Blink Dagger. Celery not able to get close enough. Cast range too low to save with the Heavenly Grace Purification.
Yeah, Boom,
Dire's bottom tower
no replicate,
is under attack.
not really able to pursue kill.
And if anything, you want the Mind Control kill, but he's become a little bit elusive now, playing around this nice little paddling pool, having his Blink online now. He can just kind of weave in for these cheap pickoffs, especially when you know, as the game goes on, you're gonna have the Sunstrike potential as well, as we start to get a few points into it too.
I like what Chad is. Lotus Orb kind of early on. Very nice item to have. The added armor against our the Lotus effect, of course. Same against PA. Removing the vessel.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
There's so many things that are going to be beautiful to reflect. Like, imagine a PA jumps in with the Phantom Strike as well. You throw down the Never Toxin and then watch it disappear. Which is what we're doing to Kura now. We're watching him disappear. Dragon Slave a little bit off, but that just means Boom gets the kill. They're happy with that.
Yeah, at the same time, you invest quite a big smoke
But
on this morph.
you find this.
Bench. Yeah, this is the bigger one.
Radiant Cascade.
And I don't think Nigma have any recourse. Their team fight is somewhat lacking right now. They'll scout out with a Sunstrike, but this is going down way too fast. The arrow to come through, they'll bait Roche into it. Going to finish this off. Trying to interrupt it, but they have no real way of getting in the pit. The Rupture of Dewey will ensure that he does not disrupt this any further. They do find the pick on Omni Knight for Miracle. In trouble, LSA's going to come on Laguna as well, bringing him low. They've got the PA kill. Miracle's dead. GH will be able to retreat away, but they are hunting forward, looking for more. Stuns are going to come out. Boom, able to dodge out, move to the side, and start to attribute shift over. Will not care about the stuns anymore. PA gone for 40 seconds. Won't want to buy back into the situation. And on the other side, they'll find Kuro again. Just once he's up, he's gone once more. And with that, they've secured the pit.
Yeah, really not the type of fight that you get the kill on Miracle and you're forced to buy back from Omni Knight, but committed, and it's too easy for Shad to just use finally get
They got the Roche kill. Yep, nicely done by Wee. They at least get a little bit of gold out of it. They might give over a little gold more. The room was a little bit too late from Toby to connect, so if leaps away will save GH's life. And I like it from Mind Control, straight towards the bot lane where he knows nobody's at, so gold exchange going Nigma's way at the end of that, forcing the buyback, getting the last hit on Roche and the runes their way.
Yeah, and Miracle has... looks like he's just gonna queue up the BKB here instead of going for the Deso first. He's thinking, you know, I'm done with this ATOS crap. The Nether's saying, well, I don't want none of that.
Radiant's top tower
It proved pretty effective. Of course, Viper, you know, he has got that plate mail, so not the easiest. You can actually already see what is queued up next. He's also going for an E-Blade, so their answer to Miracle is give him no target to be able to attack.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, pretty interesting idea here. They do have a ton of magical damage, so it could supplement their lineup quite well.
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
Of course, further down the line, Miracle can deal with that. You can go for the Nullifier, but he's going to want BKB Deso first, which is going to leave a pretty juicy window for Viking to try and exploit. See, right now. They're showing on two opposite sides of the map, and it looks like Nigma is interested in kind of pushing for this bottom area.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Nigma, they're doing such a good job, and they're so good at it too. Even in a game where they're sort of on the back foot.
He might want to refeed that ball.
He needs a target. He's gonna jump to mind control. I think even trying to say that
Boom is still going. They're moving in. But this wolf is running out soon. It just takes way too long. I think you're going to say they're very good at just dodging these fights back and forth, right?
Pretty much, you know.
As we get a presentation.
Helping me prove my point, I think, yeah, they're very good at just dodging and still not losing out in gold. You see, they're actually the ones gaining slightly on the gold graph. Even though they are the team that's weak fighting and everything, they're very good at splitting the map. Finding farm. Shad?
And now they're going to find a kill. Shad's gone. I was about to say, Weed's just been parked in a different lane. He hasn't been involved in most of this, even though you'd think at this stage an Invoker would, but still having relevance due to that Sunstrike and pushing on this top lane, it just means the Viking are losing out big time across the map. Now bot, jump in. Aramis is gone. Double kill for Miracle. They're going to try and punish this now as they move in. The missed chance is going to make it very hard though. Boom. We'll get rid of the corrosive haze. They've got the couple of grays. Miracle able to move across. Rob's going to come out as he jumps. Raw low, but not low enough. They can't really pursue it. Miracle's just going to stand his ground. Toby in a little patrol. Boom goes in. BKB forced out. Guardian Angel's going to be there, which means Miracle can't do anything. The BKB is going to run out soon, so he needs to run. They're hitting forward into him. Mind control bashing up the cellar in the tree line. Toby's still tanky. Boom is fine as well. We'll wave forward towards Kuroki, but able to sidestep move away. Celery's gone. Miracle with the reinitiation is going to be protected by the Invis. Go Scepter to try and protect Boom, but the first life is gone. It might be easy to get him the second time. Mind control. Doesn't get the corrosive haze out. Boom. Turns into the Invoker, but the real Invoker is chasing on Toby. He's going to be brought down. They find the Morphling kill, and they might find Shad as well. He just ran into a big mess. Viper Strike thrown out, but the Nevertoxin is not where he needs it. Miracle is going to live through it all. And look at the amount of gold that they just got on the side of Nigma.
So good at these fights. I feel like Viking are... They're quite known by now, I would say, for their sort of early aggression and taking these skirm fights, but Nigma just sort of one-upping them there. Miracle playing on the very edge of BKB waveform at the second. You know, he's low through pretty much the entirety of that fight, but just he plays around with it so well. And same goes for Mind Control, who's so much with so little. After that really kind of garbage laning stage, he still has so much value in these fights. Yeah, I mean, Nigma just... I feel like they didn't have like amazing showings in those past months, but that they're sort of with Kuro back to the squad, they seem to be sort of kind of coming back to life in a very nice way.
Yeah, I think the beautiful thing is it comes back to what you mentioned before, right? They just keep forcing these awkward situations for Viking where they can't find their kills, and it almost felt like it was an escalating effect, right? Where Vikings getting more almost desperate to find some sort of fight. And Nigma, by the time they choose to give it to them, they've got these new big items coming out, right? They've got the BKBs online. And by the way, there's going to be another BKB there soon as Mind Control's almost completed his.
Yeah, I mean, you think about the laning stage, right? He's only 1,000 gold behind this Viper now. Part of 12 out of 14 kills on this Slardar that it was sitting at like 5 CS for a good portion of this laning stage.
He doesn't think about the dark past. He just looks towards the beautiful future. I guess the question that comes to mind is, was this always the intended build for Shad, or was this kind of a pivot going in that Lotus because Toby had such a rough start to his game? We'll jump in. Falls for 4. Morphlink's gone. They find him. Aramis able to walk away for the moment. In the river, Toby's been found. The GA's going to come out. We has his BKB, though, will stand his ground. Toby in a little bit of trouble. Needs it out and needs it fast. Aramis will at least get his combo off, but Miracle is fine. We is fine. But Viking are not. 4 dead. Only 1 gets away.
Yeah, we see the power of this combo here. EA Slardar. It's just, once it gets online, how it is. If you're not together, if you're not literally just sitting there ready with that Heavenly Grace or GA, any hero that gets initiated upon, so this Viper has got 8 armor with the load of Morphling, he's got 42 armor. If you're caught snoozing, second, you amplify and PA jumping on you, dead. And that's why this combo is so hard to play against.
Like, if you measure the race of amplification here, right? Like, you talk about who buffs up who. Yeah, Viking, they have got this Omni Knight and they have got this Bloodseeker. It seems, you know, pretty powerful. But you only mentioned part of the combo that Nigma has, right? Like, if you look at all these heroes, almost all of them are complementing into this idea of just being able to burst down one target through amping up Miracle.
Yeah, and Miracle also, he extra 35% blur evasions. Very special 84/85% evasion. Don't ask me how that works.
That's just hard.
Boom here.
Oh, they're going to jump in and get rid of 1. But Boom is able to move away. They want to reinitiate here. They're going to shotgun them down. Kuro is going to fall, but Miracle, the big target, they can't find. This one's going to come out. The BKB jump in. Straight away on Boom is able to move away. The Rupture is on Miracle, so he needs to be careful about how he retreats from this. We'll turn around, maybe look for more. Toby tempting him, is able to move back. The heals are going to be there. Boom is hunting in. BKB comes out from Wii, acting on himself. Mind control, splitting up the backline, making sure Shad can't get in. Instead, he's in trouble. Needs some assistance. There's the buyback that Celery will be able to save Shad. Can they now turn though? Mind control. Aetos's going to be there. He will die. Arrow through is not going to connect though, so no reinitiation coming out from Nigma, but happy that they got that buyback out of Celery, which is a critical component of Vikings' lineup.
Yeah, finally they win. Skirmish. They were first for buyback now on down again. Could be kind of scary for you, but Roche is
a long way
quite a long way away, so
yeah, you're thinking about tomorrow when they need to worry about today. That's what's happening then. You're gonna hate that that's the time, because you can guarantee Viking they're gonna keep lingering and checking around this area so often because of that.
Fear not heresy.
Bye-bye. Yeah, we are seeing Miracle is going towards that Satanic and then the Nullifiers we'd expect afterwards. I feel like if you let him get towards the Nullifier without having a big advantage, this is more or less Nigma's game to stick on cruise mode, right?
yeah, I think once you get to the Satanic, you're gonna be extra status resistant. The healing is very useful. The previous game we saw the PA have some damage issues. Went for the Axe. However, in the game you have a press now on the Mirana. You've got the amp, of course, from the Slaughter, the Wave of Terror. You don't really have any damage issues. All you want is for PA to be alive, which is why it also has these Vampire Fangs.
Not an easy kill.
And you're gonna be fine.
That's why Miracle stands so far forward. Jump in, stun, counter Toby, E-play, turn around, but the jump is going to be for Miracle. Rush being thrown out, but it's on this Slado. BKB is stand his ground. Miracle has his BKB too. Boom has jumped in with a Phantom Strike to try and dish out damage. There's no easy way. The arrow won't last very long, but it looks like Nigma are going to get away without any losses here.
And you can almost hear them say, I feel like you could always hear Miracle just say, nah, this fight is bad, guys. Get out. You know, he's like, he sees mind control, he's standing over there kind of dying, but he's like, nah, not for me.
Now, Boom, he says, wow, PA, very strong hero. I want to use this while I still got it. Not for much longer, though. The morph's about to run out, and the best you're maybe going to find is a kill on Kuro, and even that's going to be wrong. They look the wrong way. They saw the scan, they're going for Wii instead. Maybe they can get him here.
Shadows take
But
us.
you have to guess very well with your detection here. So it looks like they're not going to actually be able to find him at all. All this time,
Radiant's courier has
the
been
Roche
killed.
spawn is getting closer. Nigma
Radiant's
all
courier
alive.
has been killed.
And Miracle hasn't really slowed down his farming that much.
Did find the Paladin sword. He's gonna be up in 3 seconds here.
Who's gonna go in and turn around and mind control? They're gonna get him. They find him. He's zapped down. He's gone. Dead for 50. No buyback either. And just as Roche is about to spawn, Viking just got a big advantage in this next engagement.
Oh, this could be...
There it is.
There's trouble. There's no buyback on mind control.
Celery's waiting. He's like, we're almost maximum time here. And there it is. Both teams know because the arrow just connected in the pit. But there's not really much Nigma can do about this. Have to let it slide.
Yeah, they're aware. They understand that without their Slaughter, they don't want to take that fight. I'm gonna give it up.
I think the supports need to be a little bit careful about getting too close. Viking will zone them away. Weir's nearby, but it should be Aegis. She's going the way of Viking. He cannot snatch the kill this time. Aegis and Cheese are picked up successfully by Viking.
Yeah, I was very close to just sniping it there once again.
In a different fashion, I would love to send that. I mean, he's definitely been wherever he needs to be in this game, right? Like, I like the way that he's effectively been splitting the map, but always arriving for these big kind of critical fights. He has that sheep.
In quite a few of these previous sort of engagements where are coming out sort of on top, I think a big thing has been this Lotus Orb getting thrown on pretty much initial point. They just throw the Lotus Orb on. It becomes so much more difficult for Miracle. He has to worry about the Viper Strike. He has to think about the Rupture. He can't just go in and just throw away the initial seconds of his BP. You really want to find a target that you link on with Slaughter, Stun, Amp.
It's all the spells that possibly get reflected as well, right? It completely screws up any sort of follow-up initiation. You know, you can't get the Present Haze out properly. Phantom Strike's going to maybe help the target fight back. The swap will not work. The magic miss. It's just there's so many target spells that Nigma want to follow up with, and that Lotus in itself is just completely ruining their ability to do so, which is why Toby is going for one as well.
Item for Celery finding the Craggy Coat there. Gonna make it just a little bit harder to kill these on the...
In all likelihood, he should be able to push all of his buttons with his face before dying.
You say that, but I have seen,
I've seen some stuff.
And Slaughter with the Alacrity and with her, you know.
That's why I emphasize should. I'm not going to put 100% on it, but I'll give him like a 90% chance because of the way Viking are moving, at least. They're never really letting Celery be out alone. He always has to have a Guardian nearby. A supervisor. Time for Boom to get towards that Skadi really uncontested. There is still that big question mark in the room of Miracle and just how farmed he is at this stage. But maybe, maybe if you can just kick out the legs of Nigma, if you take out what supports them, there won't be enough damage because of the way that the Miracle is now building with that Satanic.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant
See if they want to fight.
are
They're
fortified.
rotating around the back, but the problem is that as long as Viking can hold this high ground, do you really want to be fighting into it as Nigma?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
You have to find the right target here. Hard taking this high
Radiant's
ground.
middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, they seem to know because Celery is on the far left, right, closer to the enemy base, so they already have this suspicion of what's going on.
Dire are scanning.
It'll be a wasted effort.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
No. They don't know that they've just left the high ground. But no chance. Almost like GH has ended that support and cast we were talking about earlier. He's completed the Solar Crest now, so everything to just
Dire's
juice up
bottom
Miracle.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, and they also have the Hex now on the cutting waves. Being sort of a pest, have the most and catch on jewels on the
Dire's
Bloodseeker, but you need to get
bottom tower
close
is
and
under
invoke
attack.
quick.
Dire's
not that easy.
structures are fortified.
I'm trying to think like what they're lacking right now. I guess maybe one thing Nigma could benefit from is Vlad's, but Kuro's decided that he just needs to survive, so he's going for an Aeon Disc instead. Unlike to see the Vlad's coming out that would buff that PA up to even more ridiculous heights with that ridiculous 15% damage.
Yeah, a lot of ridiculousness. It's gonna be at least completed now for Shad. It does have the cheese. Lotus. Gonna have quite a lot of armor. Not gonna be as easy to...
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
No. Yes, he's a 1.6k HP hero, but if you look at Nigma's lineup, it's practically all physical. The only one bringing a bit of magical to the party really is we. See if I can more play into this area. Stats resistance means that arrow is pretty pathetic. Just charge forward. It just feels like Nigma, they're doing what they've done before, right? They're just playing this game of dodge until, you know, Roche is gone and our next items are ready.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They're just buying time for the fire.
And it comes back to what we said, like the catch is limited. There's going to be a rupture thrown out, but Kuro is able to get away. Like that's kind of the best form of initiation.
Bottom tower
You have to question at any point, does this really change for Viking? Or is it always going to be this looming issue? Is there no way they can go to fix this? Is they going to jump in straight away? Hex is out, Toby is out. Dead for 65. And Miracle's hunt. Boom, will blow himself. They see Celery, that's the problem. They'll jump in, stun control is there, they're trying to protect him, the G comes out, Miracle baited in, BKB activated in time. He is full low, Viper Strike thrown out, they will find the Omni-Knight pick. Buyback is going to be used though, jump in, Miracle. Able to move away, Hex is going to be thrown out in a boom, Arrow will connect, he turns back into it, but there's going to be stash resistance there. It's good save from Heavenly Grace. Will allow them to back up, but once again, that's that Omni-Knight buyback. There's now going to be a pretty big weakness for Viking in the next several minutes.
That bench stun lasted all of like 0.5 seconds. It looked so funny because, you know, it looked like he was gonna tank that entire meatball, but he gets stunned up and it's immediately gone thanks to this Titan Sliver status plus Heavenly Grace. Able to get out. Yeah, I mean, you can see that they have crazy amounts of burst.
On both sides, we saw how close Miracle was to dying as well. That's the thing, and this BKB, he's somehow only down to 6 seconds. That's how well he's been rationing this tool. See if I can capitalize on that. The problem that they're going to have is the Z-Blades no longer protect. The GA no longer protects. You got the Nullifier to worry about.
And the additional damage coming out of this the danger zone that you're in. Viking.
So, I mean, this game, the best way to describe it would be the Tiataro death, right? You can see how either side could instantly eliminate one of the big cores of the other side.
Yeah, Miracle is playing without buyback though.
No sorcery.
If they are able to kind of kite the initial jump from the PA, or somehow some hero survives, you can get back. Yes. And if you can bring down the PA, you get a lot of momentum here.
And they might be able to do that soon. Boom is going for the MKB. I'm not sure if he'll buy out on it in this type of game, but once you got your hands on that item, yes, Miracle is built a little bit tanky, but see how quick Mortals can burst. They jump in instead. They find the kill. Omni-Knight's dead. Miracle's BKB activated. Needs to be careful. They've confirmed all their spells onto him. He's going to lifesteal up though. Shad control and dead. Hex control is going to be on Toby as well. LSA to try and protect him. Boga jumped in on Boom, trying to get rid of him quick enough to swap out. To try and save him will be good enough. Kuro saves the day. Double kill for Miracle. Looking for the triple. Aramis trying to run away, but they see everything. LSA to buy some time. In the backline, they found Boom as well. Morphling trying to move away. Will the Cheese stands his ground, but needs to move away quick. Jumps to the backline, looking straight through. Will find the pick of the weave, but Boom's still in trouble. He can't out-tank this damage. He is going to fall. Just outside of their base, you know Nigma are going for that high ground quick. There's the one buyback. They say, nah, show me what you got. No, and they know it.
No buyback on Bloodseeker too.
There's no buyback on Viper either. I'm noticing a pattern here. Nigma might get wise to it very quickly, as there's no more buybacks coming through after the biggest one you have.
You have to be very careful too.
TA mode is going to run out soon as well. It's like you don't necessarily feel good, but you just need that blur to make sure they can't see it initiate on you straight away. So they'll sell for one lane. Viking, they've been put on notice though. 23,000 net worth lead for the side of Nigma. Big buybacks committed in the previous fight in terms of Celery, and now this one in Boom leaves big weaknesses in Viking's lineup. Got it. Little cheeky pick off on Kuro. Not really what he was looking for though. Kuro did still get the bounty room, so he'll say worthwhile.
they find a steady top for Morph, that could be very nice for them. That could just give him the quick Roche here. That would be a refresher shard. Potentially, it's going to be probably the Aegis for Morph in that scenario.
No axe this game, huh? I see how it is, Ice Frog.
Yeah.
They know what's going on, but this is way too quick. They're not going to arrive in time. They snipe out the Courier as well. Arrow actually doesn't connect on a boom. They do not get the Sunstrike in time. They force the buyback out of Kuro, and now they have an Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shard to play with. Not to mention, Boom now has the ability to try and buy out on that MKB.
Yeah, who's going to get what, though? That is the question. Refresher on the Bloodseeker.
Then
On the Viper. Alright, I would really like to see Celery get something that lets him just survive a little bit. I mean, you would want,
I thought about it.
Yeah, you know, you want the Aegis on this guy, but the Morphing is buyback. And
Magic Lamp. There we go. Give him the Magic Lamp.
Yeah, the issue is the Nullifier, right?
Yeah, I know. There's like no... That's the problem, right? You could give him the Refresher, but is that going to stop him dying right now, the Miracle? Like, if you had an Aeon Disc, I could kind of understand it, but it feels like right now, Celery is their biggest strength and their biggest weakness. Just see it as they refuse to split up. They understand that, you know, this is not a we can split up and be a bit more ambitious Aegis. This is a stick together Aegis. Aeon Disc forced out of Kuro. Stun control of GH. GH got a little bit too close to the sun. He's going to get bumped. Trying to leave away in time. Will be okay. GH is going to come out. No. They find the GH shield. Buyback's going to come out. Mind control standing his ground. Nullifier out of Celery. He's gone. Dead for 50. Miracle's BKB's running out soon, though. He needs to be careful. He's standing the break. Moves across. Straight away. Forward on the Shad. Stands his ground. Miracle healing up. Dodge out, though. Shad's still alive for the moment. Will finally pull. Is the control good enough? The Arrow Fruit's going to connect on to Toby. Miracle. He's staying alive. He finds another pick on the Aramis. The control is good on the other side. They've now found Shad. They can turn around and burst through this Morphling. The buybacks will come out, but they might be too late to save him. They've got the crush. They've got the control. They've got the kill. They've got the big one. That's all they need. The buyback will come out of Viper, but they know that Boom has no way back into the game. They'll hunt for it, looking for more mind control. Trying to move in. Slivers straight across the Aramis. The refresh coming out, but it's not going to be enough. Toby is dead. Aramis, he has to run. Shad is in too deep as well. He's going to fall. No way that they can protect it for long here. Maybe they can snipe one out, but the movement across is too clean. Miracle finds another. They clean them all up. The GT comes out, and Nigma have taken the series 2-1.
Miracle somehow manages to stay alive through all of that, of course. Under fire from 15 cannons and 2 tanks. So somehow he survives with the Paladin Sword, with the Satanic. The lifesteal is too much. Yeah, they can't bring him down. They can't eliminate that big damage source from Nigma. Back up their carry incredibly well.